you ready? Steve, you ready? Okay. Where's Dennis? Hold on a second.
So if I talk just kind of like this, conversational tone, and of course we need the the magic score thing on. Of course, the game has started. I apologize. This is Jim Shovak shooting. His opponent is Jim Stoner, and that is a billiard. Mr. Shovak now has 2. Mr. Stoner has 0. The game started a few moments ago. They've been playing since 10 o'clock this morning. People are tired. People are... No, it's been a wonderful experience here at the Pendennis. It's a wonderful location to play. The United States Billiard Association is very grateful to the members hosting us. A good effort, but no reward. But that's kind of what billiards is about. I won't try to predict the shots that they're going to try beforehand. But just like this shot that Mr. Stoner has, oh gosh, he's 3 or 4 or 5 shots he can choose from. He's made his choice. He did not kiss, he missed the kiss, but missed the billiard. Had he made it, the red ball is down in the corner for a good scoring position. But if you don't make the shot, if you don't score, it's not a good billiard, and you don't get to shoot again. It would appear Mr. Shovak is going to shoot 3 rails first. I told you I wouldn't predict, but and he's going to have to hit this probably a little hard to bounce off the yellow ball to score the red. We'll see. He'll pop it a little bit, put a little pop stroke on it. Yeah, see, he popped that. A little thinner, and it would have bounced back, made the red, and we could have said good shot. As it was just a nice try. And he has Mr. Stoner on the rail, a long way from his work. Please don't kiss. Uh-oh. Nope. Sometimes those shots score when you get all 3 balls rolling, but generally speaking, you just want to get at most 2 balls rolling. Now, Mr. Shovak has what we call a Christmas present. I suspect he's going to go 5 rails around the table. Again, I said I'm not going to predict, but it's the only logical shot here. Long rail, short rail, long rail, short rail, long rail. Picking up 5 rails, trying to miss 2 kisses. Okay, he's missed the kisses successfully. He's gone to 5 rails. Now he can pick up an extra rail down here and score, or he could go a little soft and, oh my goodness, that stopped before it hit the ball. Mr. Stoner seems confident. He's shooting. Oh, oops. This is the tragedy of this game. When you get 3 balls rolling, you're generally out of luck. Although sometimes luck can be a factor, just as it is in 9-ball. Oh, Shovak has 6 different ways to shoot this. I won't predict. 1, 2. And this is what we refer to in billiards as being a corner shooter. Yeah, see, he shot that ball 5 rails around the corner, and it went right into the corner. A corner shooter. Had the yellow ball been there. He's used to playing on tables that have a little slightly different angles than these. These tables are in wonderful condition. They're really nice and clean. They're very level. But they're different from what Mr. Shovak is used to. So if he seems a little frustrated, well, this game is an easy game to get frustrated playing. If you're a young person, a pool player watching this, I highly recommend that you get on one of these billiard tables and learn at least the basics of the game, which is going to take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And it will definitely affect your pool game for the better. See? Frustration runs rampant in this game. Oh, Mr. Stoner is stonewalled. He tells me they call him the Stone Man. But this is there's all sorts of kiss possibilities here. I think he's going to, well, we won't speculate. I thought so. All side rails, excellent shot. And we now snap our fingers to indicate the score. These gentlemen, generally speaking, will not say a word to each other as they play, but they will indicate to their opponent by snapping their fingers or rapping the chalk on the cue to say, oh, gee, bad luck, or gosh, nice shot, or it can communicate a lot of things when you make a little noise with your chalk on the cue, or I like to take a quarter out and tap it on the table. But any words spoken are generally, they're just frowned upon. We talk an awful lot when we get off the table to each other. Many of these players are very, very good friends with their opponents, and they become friends initially through playing billiards, but eventually true friendships are developed having a meal together, sitting around later, rehashing all the bad stuff that happens, all the good stuff that happened, and generally commiserating with each other. A score, 1. He's used to running 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time I saw him play, he was my opponent in 3 friendly games in the Carom Cafe in New York City. And he absolutely tortured me. I kept track of the innings. He played every game. He played 1.1 to 1.25. Can't complain when you get beaten by that kind of billiards. Match 2. And potential. You'll notice the red ball is rather big compared to the yellow ball, so he's probably going to play off the yellow to the red, picking up 3 rails beforehand, so playing to the big ball. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, see, in New York, on the Verhovens, he thinks he would have made that one. Great players make the adjustments. As I say, these are excellent, excellent tables. Do not get me wrong. But they have angles that are a little different from the more modern European tables. But they're very consistent from table to table. They're very, very level. And so it's up to the player to make the adjustment. And they both actually, well, gosh, they're both playing on the same table. Those of you that perhaps don't know me, I happen to build cues for a living. And I have a lot of players ask me, what's my best hitting cue? You got a cue that's going to make me play better. And, well, what's my best hitting cue? You've got to play with all of them, and you tell me. Is one of my cues going to make you play better? I don't think so. Even the one that's in the Smithsonian Museum. Yes, we're seeing frustration here. You notice how Mr. Shovak tapped the chalk on his cue? That signified good shot. If Mr. Shovak thought Mr. Stoner had played a nice shot but didn't make it, he might tap also as a sign of regret. Billiard players are like golfers in a sense that I am a former professional golfer, and you simply do not you simply do not wish for your opponent to miss a putt on the golf course. Jack Nicklaus is watching Arnold Palmer putt to win the tournament, or Tom Watson. They're going to be in their heart of hearts wanting them to make the putt. And I would say 90% of the time this happens in billiards. Occasionally you're so frustrated that you wish your opponent would miss. But that just means your frustration is going to carry over into your game, and you are going to miss. If he beats a kiss, he should make a billiard here. Doesn't hit it too hard, nice and soft, pretty good. No kiss. Look at where the red ball goes. Oop, a little hard. A little softer. It would have been a little bigger, but it's not. He's left himself a very reasonable shot. That the world's best would make this. Again, with the gentleman at the Penn Dennis Club playing here right now, the players you're seeing. Yes, 2. Mr. Shovak is warming up to the table a little bit. Now, he's got an interesting shot here. I'd recommend playing this 2 rails to the yellow. And, oh my goodness, a prediction came true. Soft, Jim. Don't hit it hard. It's only got to go 6 feet. Ooh, that red ball was buried in the corner. 2 for Mr. Shovak. The score is 6-2 in 10 innings. I apparently know some people that are watching. Mr. Three Cushion, hello. Super Rat, Bobby the Mole is on there. Hello, Bobby. I hope you're having fun watching us in Louisville. This is a really, really great place. Wonderful venue. See, the little kick of the leg, grabs the chalk emotionally off the table. You know, he's frustrated. He expected that to spin long off the last rail, just like it would in New York City. But hey, welcome to the hinterland. He didn't lose his head. He's left not a difficult shot, but it requires a very clean hit here. Hit at good speed, but not the hit that he needed. If Mr. Shovak misses this one, you will really see him probably throw a little temper tantrum, you know. Especially if he kisses the yellow, which shouldn't happen if he hits it correctly. But, you know, he's wearing several hats. He's helping to run the tournament. He's an official of the United States Billiard Association. He's got a lot of things on his mind, and making billiards, well, then as I predicted, you know. Jim, you can breathe now. Okay, there was Sorry to disappear there, but I disappeared from the whole tournament today. I was over across the river in Indiana, the Derby City Classic, sponsored by Diamond Tables. And I was just over there. Jeanette Lee says hello. All sorts of people say hello. Wish they were here watching the billiards, but the Derby City is, I've been coming there for years. It's usually been held in a place called the Executive Inn, East and West. All you pool players and listening familiar with it. It was a nice venue. The food wasn't that great, but it was a great location. This place is unreal. I thought I was in Las Vegas. Unbelievable crowds. Beautiful place for the vendors to display. I think they've found a new home for the Derby, and we hope to get some billiards there in the year's future. All right. Watch where the red goes. He's got to negotiate a kiss here. He negotiated the kiss. Thank you, boss. And he missed the billiard. But so that's a really good attempt. I mean, that was he didn't move the yellow ball with the red ball. Okay. And this is a tricky position. I hope he plays long rail first. Yes. Beautiful effort. Only logical shot. The only thing he could have done better was make it. But that deserves a tap, tap, tap with the chalk on the cue. Again, easy shot, but where's the yellow going? Oh, the yellow looks like it's going to knock the red out of the corner. Let's see what Mr. Shovak comes up with here. He just touched the red. And unfortunately, how did that happen? After the yellow hits the red, he has no idea where it's going, and it comes in, the white ball could have scored. I think it was going to be a little short. Oops. Come to Papa. Oh, my goodness. This is a very cruel game. I think you're understanding. If you're just watching this for the first time, a very cruel game. The only good thing about it is the people who play it are, for the most part, really nice people. Gentlemen, philosophers. You have to be philosophical when you play this game. Now, you notice how that ball spun off the third rail? Right, now, Mr. Shovak is used to it spinning perhaps a little more. I don't know what kind of cloth this is on the table. It's really new. It's really clean. But so he hasn't made the adjustment. And that was... a nice try. He knows he should make this one. He took a little time over it. And watch the red ball. If he makes this, he's going to have decent position. Look at how the red ball is coming back into the corner. Now, had he touched the the yellow, on either side, the red ball would be in the corner there and sitting very nice and big. But now, he's left the red ball nice and big for Mr. Stoner. Now, if I was playing this shot and I was not sure I was going to make it, I would make sure I moved the red ball. You don't want to leave that. Now, this could be good. Come to Papa. Give us a little spin here. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. He's going to do something crazy. Yeah. I'll try not to talk about my mouth full. Thank you, sir. I'm double dipping right now. I have some really nice soup. The Pendennis makes great soup. Ooh. Oh, boy, if he'd hit that a little harder. He was trying to finesse that yellow ball. Now, he called us a marriage, and any three-cushion player worth his salt, and half the pool players out there ought to be able to make this. I'd tend to go a little, well, I'd go maybe a few less rails, but he's going 6 rails. And not quite. Well, they make awful good Manhattan clam chowder here in Louisville. Homemade, too, I imagine. Oops. Is Mr. Three Cushion still watching us? Or we got him bored to tears? Go on the thing and make sure he's got his video or his audio on. He's been turning it off, he tells me. Mr. Three Cushion, incidentally, is having in the process of finishing a book on position play in three cushion billiards. Over the years, I've had the pleasure and the honor of him, Mr. Three Cushion, that is, giving me a lesson here and there. We become, decent friends over the years. And I respect his playing ability. And he is one heck of a teacher too. I can say that to everybody who's watching without any reservation. Now, Mr. Bobby the Mole, billiard shot. My friend Super Rat. Now, if you want an easy game, easy money, get him on the three cushion table down at Q-Master down there in Virginia Beach. Sometimes he goes and he plays Barry, and it takes him 3 hours to play 10 points. It's really a treat to. I had the pleasure of playing Barry a couple of times on his table at Q-Master, and well, his little dog, right? Well, if you're beating Barry too badly, that little dog will run around the table and nip at your heels. Well, it's a question of hit. How was the hit? The hit was pretty good. Yeah, the red ball, it'd be nice if it was a couple more inches off the rail. Be a little bigger ball for him, but this is a case of what we call accuracy rearing its ugly head. Jim expects to make this. If he misses it, watch. You'll see frustration and annoyance manifest itself. Ooh, now watch the spin here. Now there could be a little spin here. See, a little spinach. Okay, very good. Oh, and the yellow ball, way down in that corner there. Kind of big. I don't think that was an accident. He could be a little better position on the red ball, but he's probably going to try to play this long, thinking he's in New York City, and probably shoot it into the corner. Oops, or get the kiss. That's the problem with the 5-rail shot. When you go long rail, short rail, long rail, short rail, long rail, 5 rails, there's actually 2 kisses to miss. He would have been better off hitting that a little thicker, going to the short rail with a little bit of draw and a lot of spin, and played around that way. 4 rails, short rail, long rail, short rail, long rail. That's how Sang Lee would have done it, at least. That's how Sang Lee told me how to do that shot. Come on, score, please. I once refereed a match out in Las Vegas. One of the best players in Mexico, an elderly gentleman, but still a really good player. And he lost the first game 20-0. And they have a particular way of the referees announce. They say the score, then they say the guy's name, and then they say the score again. So it's like 0, Mr. Sanchez, 0. And the poor guy was crying. I mean, just in agony. I mean, he didn't make a billiard in this whole game. And it was like becoming very painful for us who were scorekeepers and referees even. I had to say 0, Mr. Sanchez, score 0. Oh, my goodness. And finally he started laughing, and we all started laughing. And by the time the game was over, we were in tears. But it happens to the best of them. Everybody here is under a lot of pressure. This is not just to see who wins this tournament. This is to see if you have a chance to play in the United States National Championships. How many of you players out there can say that I've played in a championship that resulted in the winner being the national champion of the United States of America? Well, this is the step before that. And that championship is at the end of February. I believe the weekend where the 20th is at. It's in Tacoma, Washington. So there's a lot more on the line here than just winning a tournament, you know? And so, people tend to put a lot of pressure on themselves. It's natural. And as a result, may not play as well as they think they should. This is a very, you play this game between your ears, all right? You roll the balls around on the table, but if you can't think in this game, yeah, he knows he's got to lag it. He doesn't like it. The balls are in the way to lag it the more logical way, but, But if he hits this real hard, I don't think he's going to make it. But if he babies it, trusts himself, all right, you either get the hit or not. Oh, he blocked this. Look at that. See, there's the tick, picks the cue up in the air, frustration, rips the chalk off the table. He needs to calm down a little bit to really realize his potential. We just can't play golf, billiards, anything. We can't play angry. Maybe football, but I don't know. And poor Mr. Stoner. Jim's more than likely going to win this game. The score is 11-3, 23 innings. Jim is in 23 innings. He should have, he should have 15 or 16 by now at least. And as I say, when he played in, when we played in New York City right before Thanksgiving, with 23 innings, he would have had about 30 billiards. He was playing unbelievably well then. It's like night and day what I'm watching, what I saw then, what I'm seeing now. Now, he may back out of this. He's a little embarrassed he made it that way. But it's part of the game. good luck should never embarrass you. Luck is the residue of planning. And believe me, these guys plan these shots. Now, there is a school of billiards that ascribes to the hit it high, hard, and hope method of playing. Hit it high so it gets it rolling. Hit it as hard as you possibly can. And sooner or later, it's going to, come close. But for the most part, it should be a little more elegant than this. Shovak is obviously frustrated. Look at him take a big breath, breathe. Mr. Stoner scores. Good. Smart shot. Well done. Good speed. Well, how thin can this be? That's just a question. You don't have to hit it hard. All right. Red ball is not even close to a kiss or anything. Unfortunately, he needed to hit it just a touch thinner. Oh, Mr. Shovak likes this one, but he doesn't like it. Oh, okay. Hello, Basil. Rail first. Little ticky. Mr. Shovak is a dear friend of mine, but he does need to show a little more composure at the table. He should not. He wears his heart on his sleeve. When he misses that shot like that, a shot he thinks he should make, he gets too frustrated. He shows it too much, and it's can actually be annoying to your opponent. I've spent the whole day at the Derby City Classic and haven't had a meal yet. Thank you. I'm more trouble. I say I'm probably more trouble than thank you for taking care of me. Very nice. Yeah. So you just watch Mr. Shovak's mannerisms, and you'll see that he does need to learn a little bit about composure and behavior. When one misses, even Kuhlman's misses. Even I miss. Uh-oh. Now look at the white. Oh my goodness, it was trying, very trying. And look at 2 balls in the corner, and Mr. Shovak now is frustrated. He could have had a very, very easy shot here. Should either of the yellow or the red ball have moved a little further or a little slower. But now he's got... I won't say that this is almost impossible, but I would let Kuhlman's, Bloomdahl, Sangley... I would like to see... he's going to go rail first. The only logical play. He's got to hit it soft. Hard doesn't do anything. He's got to trust and get a hit. And, you can see how disgusted he is with himself. You don't show those things. You shouldn't. Good choice. Now it's a question of missing that white ball and not going through the hole. Very good. Mr. Stoner scores. I think you can see when Mr. Stoner misses, he doesn't show it as much as Mr. Shovak does. And Mr. Shovak is sitting there in the chair with his arms crossed, you know. Oh, that's a sign of, well, it's a sign of something. Oh. Ooh. If he'd missed that second kiss, he might have made that. Oh, my goodness. Scoring 2. Mr. Stoner has 6. Mr. Shovak has 12. And with an abysmal number of innings. And Jim is capable of running out from here. 8 and out. I believe he made this one. Mr. Smith, I'm glad you could join the audience here. We hope we won't bore you with our commentary. But Mr. Shovak is on 1. And this looks like a Chicago slam banger shot to me, doesn't it? Ooh, smooth, 2. Just, you may not have heard it, but Mr. Shovak has a 9 already today. And he now has 14 on a run of 2. So, you know, it'd be nice, a little flurry of billiards here at the end. They're almost in position. You know, not bad. Could be better, but no hill for a climber, right? Pardon me here, I'm eating, and so I don't want to speak with my mouth full, you know. But as I said, I've been at the Derby City all day, and you know, when I was driving home, I said, geez, I forgot to do something over there. Yeah, eat. Mr. Shovak probably wants his white ball to be over to the right a couple more inches, but looks like he's going to play very cautious here. You know, so it can score, but it's basically a cautious shot. You know, yellow ball goes down the table. White ball goes. He turned that one loose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, that's why I try not to second guess these things. See, if he just turned him loose all the time, you know, he'd be play 200 points above the average that he plays now. You know, when he freewheels, this guy has got a good stroke. You know, he's got a great stroke, as a matter of fact. No way, Jose. Going to have to miss some sort of kiss here. Yeah, see, now look, ooh, but still trying. But that was, you know, if you're a beginning player, All right, and you're a pool player. Make sure you know where the object ball is going. Mr. Stoner, unfortunately, did not know where that object ball was going, and therefore he might as well have shot anything else because, once you move the scoring ball, the third ball, all bets are off. Now, that's a huge ball down there, that red ball. You see, he can, he could have gone through the hole, as we call that small spot between the red ball and the rail, but he could have made that straight on after 3 rails. He made it 4 rails. The smart player plans it 4 rails and sometimes makes it 3, but if you plan it 3, you very rarely make it 4. Am I making sense? He thinks he's in New York City. He's playing this really long, trying to miss these kisses. Oh, my goodness, he did that very well. But sometimes there's a saying in billiards, no kiss, no billiard. In other words, for that ball to be on the yellow ball scoring track, he would have actually had to, he would have shot it, so he would have kissed it, so it never would have got there anyplace. So. Now, in New York City, and you can play those on those tables. This is a case of. Oh, we're playing at the corner of 2nd Street, South 2nd Street, and Muhammad Ali Boulevard in Louisville, Kentucky. I believe Mr. Ali is from here. And it's in a very nice location. It's a private club. It's called the Pendennis Club. They have 2 5x10 pool tables and 3 5x10 carom tables. The members comprise the creme de la creme of Louisville society. They're wonderful people. They are graciously opening their hearts and their facility up to us, billiard bums, for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Even let us in Thursday beforehand to practice. And some of them are, they're just obviously, if they have the tables here, they're kind of billiard nuts too, whether it's pocket billiards or a 3 cushion. They play both of them. And you guys that think you can play pool, and tell you what, you want to try a few games on their 5x10s here. Old Brunswicks. I really couldn't tell you exactly the style, but this particular table here is a French table, Vitalis model, I believe. No comment. There's a Latin phrase, I don't know what it is. In English translation, it's the facts speak for themselves. So, most of the time when you miss, the facts speak for themselves. Be careful of this kiss, Mr. Shovak. Ooh, see, misdirection. Now, he could have gotten really, really lucky, and it had it misdirected into the red ball. But that's too much to ask, even for Mr. 3 Cushion. It's the only chance Bobby the Mole has got to make a billiard, but Well, the red ball, see, it's trying to run interference. And that's a little, oh yes, a touch, an edge. Mr. Shovak is demonstrating impatience, all sorts of things. I thought you were going to see something here now. Let's see if this guy's got any stroke, any spin right now. Spin! Ooh. Online. But pokey, no strokey. Was kind of the way I hit it myself. I hope you can't hear me chewing, but this food's good. Got to meet the chef before I leave and get a recipe for his sauce on these pork chops. Ooh. Well, a little creativity's got to be in order here. He can't reach what he wants to shoot, which is probably a good thing. You know, he could have got a little luckier on that. Kind of surprised he's not playing off the red ball here, but he's playing cautious, even though he's got the guy 17-7. Oh,
Sheesh.
Really badly hit. Of course, that's belaboring the obvious for me to even say that. No. You just cannot move that scoring ball, or as I was taught to call them, your ball is number one, the ball you hit first is number two, and then the final ball is number three. You just cannot move that third ball and expect to do anything other than frustrate yourself. And you know, I've given up playing seriously myself. All I'd like to do is hit them hard and bang them around and see the balls roll. You know, and if I happen to make a billiard once in a while, well, that's wonderful. And what I'm really hoping to do is make an absolute one brilliant shot every 100 tries I get to the table. And if that's the only billiard I make in those 100 innings, I could care less, as long as it was pure brilliance. Something never seen by man before. Or at least on this planet. What a bomb. What a bomb. Look at, he's blink. Yeah. Mr. Stoner just moves that third ball too often. Yeah. He's forgotten how to play pool. All right, if you cannot control the number two ball, your object ball, it doesn't matter how good a stroke you have or anything. You're never going to play billiards. This game is just like pool. If you can't control the object ball, shoot it exactly where you're thinking of shooting it every time, you might as well forget it, Charlie. when Shovak doesn't like a shot, this is when he's liable to pull something, out of the nether regions or whatever, because he tries a little harder. See, that was a good effort. It was a well thought out shot. He kept the red ball down at this end of the table, joined it with his ball. A big sin is to leave, say the yellow ball was between the red ball and the white ball. You should have, in that situation, more choices, more options. Right? Finally, Mr. Stoner keeps the 3 ball in place and makes a noble effort, but not a good shot. Good shots make. No, I don't think so. Kind of a miserable effort. Even Jim agrees. Watch his body language. Oh, my goodness. Look at him. Oh, my God. Crosses his arms. Yeah, look at that. Bows his head. Shaking his head. Oh, he's just, the words he's saying to himself right now, you just wouldn't want to hear. He's trying to compose himself. Mr. Stoner has started playing really slow. In the beginning, he'd come up and just shoot a shot. But now, he's being kind of embarrassed in this game a little bit. And so he's playing very cautious, and he wants to score some more points. He doesn't necessarily affect that. Very nice effort. Very nice effort. And he blocked this out. But that ball must have been very, very close. He's even getting disgusting now. He's not even going to sit down in his chair, which is a breach of etiquette in the game billiards world. When you miss a shot, you go sit in your chair. No comment. The shot speaks for itself. And the thing about all these players, come on, ball. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Oh, my goodness. See how cruel this game is? Missed it twice by such a small amount. I left Mr. Shovak kind of some off angles. I kind of like a cross table here, side rails. But Shovak may play it off the red. He's got 4 or 5 different shots, actually. But the frustration quotient is coming in. See, he needs 3 points to win the game. He's playing really bad billiards, much lower than his normal average. It's the tension of the tournament. These things happen, no matter how much you know, sometimes you just... Yeah, he stroked that pretty good, but I think it's a little longish. See, look. Frustration. This is a very, very frustrating game, okay? Now, again, these are not players like Jaspers or Bloomdahl, players of that caliber who average 2 an inning, things like that. But trust me, these people that you've been watching, these gentlemen you've been watching, and not just these 2 now, but everybody you've seen, are, I would say really, really knowledgeable about the game, all right? Execution now, well, sometimes there's problems executing. but most of them have studied the game for a long, long time and know all of its nuances. And, it's like, I don't know what it's like. But, if Mr. Shovak misses this one, he'll go absolutely, bananas probably. And he's thinking now, let's go 3 and out. Okay. This is, I think, his 40th inning, which means if he goes 3 and out, he'll get 20 points in 40 innings. That's 20% below his real average. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, there's an interesting shot here. At least one rail to the red, or maybe 2 rails to the red. Stoner's probably going to, the Stone Man, they call him the Stone Man, he tells me. If he hits that white ball pure, he can shoot it into the corner pocket and not hit the red. Okay. Now, this is, I think, I'd let him shoot this 10 times. Although it has a potential here, just hit that edge and it goes to the white. But now he's made a really kind of what I call a crucial mistake. He missed the shot, and look at where he parked his own ball. He just made that yellow ball really big for Mr. Shovak. Yeah, he's just checking the angle. He'd be crazy if he played off the yellow. All right, but this is a little touch shot. He can go off both sides of it. I would, without wanting to make predictions, he's kind of going the way I would kind of favor. But this is what I call the classic 2-rail billiard. A lot of people can make this 2 rails. The 3rd rail or the 4th rail. Ooh, he's played a little interesting idea here. I think he actually played it this way. Bravo, Mr. Shovak. Oh, no, he says, look at that. He hit it so bad, he wasn't playing it that way. See that little flip of the hand? Oh, my God. Now he's really disgusted. He crapped one in. Excuse me. He mistaked one in. For his 18th billiard, he only needs 2 now. Very nice effort. Difficult shot. He's playing caution shots. That was a caution shot. My lips are sealed. The red ball is in a interesting position. Ceulemans calls it his danger zone. And believe it or not, it's kind of a difficult position. And you come around like this, it's very easy to go around it. Ah, very nice. Playing for 1.
2 points. 2 points. Right.
Playing for 1. Come on, suck it up. 2 and out. I tell you, a lot of people have died in the 1 hole. I love to see my opponent in the 1 hole. All you got to do is make 1 billiard. Boy, you can't believe what the pressure can be on you at times, you know? Oh, he babied it. He babied it. Look at that. He babied it. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Stoner should be off the red here. Off the red, short rail, long rail, short rail. See, some hold to the theory that if one plays soft to the red, that they are leaving. Well, I've even heard it said that you can leave safe in billiards, right? You cannot leave a safe shot in billiards, okay? The only way you can leave your opponent safe in billiards is to pick the red ball up and put it in your pocket. If you don't do that, then he's going to have a shot. Now, it's just a question of does he know that shot or not. Most players, they can play for years and years, and they only know 4 or 5, 6 shots. I happen to know approaching 10,000 different shots. A lot of them don't come up one shot of every 10,000 times, but when that shot comes up, I know it. Now, whether I make it or not, well, that's another thing, because I don't play anymore. But, you know, it's the beauty of the chase. It's not catching the fox. It's chasing the fox. Did he block us out there? Did he make that one? Oh, he must have made that. Yeah, see, he blocked us out. You know, that's the Maloney blockout. Lucked into it, too? Oh, my goodness. I didn't see that. I was blocked out from the screen. See? This could... My greatest comeback. The guy had 24 to 25, and I had 11. It focuses the mind, see? And again, that last billiard, well, no, this is one. If Mr. Shovak doesn't come home with this one, you can, you know, he's going to play it long. He shouldn't play it too hard. Well, thanks, sir. Now, see, this is a little short. Is this a little short? Oh, my goodness sakes alive.
I have
Oh,
that one marked up.
he's toast now. He's toast now. Stoner could win this game now. Stoner could win this game now. Shovak has absolutely no clue what's going on. Stoner goes, hey, I've made 15 billiards in 3 innings sometimes. Get up there and fire it, Stoner. That's another one, boy. Boy, I just need 1 billiard, he's thinking. I just need 1 billiard. There's a big red ball there. Free wheel off the left, conservative off the right. All right, good chance to score there. If this doesn't make, if this goes through the hole, oh my goodness, barely. Game over.
Let me tell you something now. After you've seen the thing,
Such as it was.
I was at very slightly. On some shots, notice, on some shots, some positions you get, you like it because it helps you make the shot. But on just normal shots, it's like you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Don't hit it too hard.
You know, I'm not used to it. That sliding stuff.
Oh, man, I understand. I don't mind a little bit.